All right, what's going on, everyone? Best Ball is back. It's Best Ball Friday. I'm going to draft some Best Ball teams here on Underdog. Draft-a-Palooza continues all season long. For this only 9 more Sundays. Guys, another thing to keep in mind is it's only probably 7, 10, another 2 weeks or so until we see week 1 salaries go live on DraftKings. Probably usually it happens before the end of July, so that's always going to be an exciting time. And of course, I have to share with all of you guys kind of what I've been working on, and especially kind of what's going on right now. I'm in the process of publishing my first sort of book on DFS research for this year and really ever. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to have links. I'm going to have giveaways and all kinds of stuff. But basically, the premise of the book is what do winning lineups look like? And we did Rainmaker. It should be out. Like I said, I don't know how Amazon works, but it's submitted. They might be doing a review right now. So very, very soon, hopefully hours, maybe days. But we're going to have the conclusions that I've come up with already are really exciting. What I'm working on right now. So I'll drip some of it out, but some of the changes in the meta, some of the consistencies across tens and thousands of top 100 finishing lineups in DraftKings NFL tournaments. And it's funny. Burns did his book a couple years ago, and one of the things I was looking at is like what's gone on for the last couple of years, what's changed, and there's been massive changes in the DraftKings meta of what wins. And so we're going to have to figure out if those changes are more permanent and something we should latch onto. Are they noise? One of the big ones, there's a lot of crazy change, but like one of the biggest things we found was in 2022, 2023, and this actually makes sense with zero RB and a lot of best ball mistakes that people are making. Like 2022, 2023 were weird. It was like down years at the quarterback position where everybody sucked. And if you just remember back to it. And so for those seasons, it was all about pay up at quarterback. And I really think we saw a lot of that playing out. Like a lot of the reason why we DFS Army, and I didn't have this information, made a lot of money last season in NFL DFS. The reason we won so many freaking tournaments last year and just dominated them was because of a change in the meta that really I hadn't gone away from. And that was lower priced quarterbacks in the nuts. Like that alone, sub 5K quarterbacks in or in that 5K range quarterbacks. I'll spit out the actual numbers, but it went from something like 2% of the time in 2022, 2023 for cheap quarterbacks to wind up in the nuts to 40% in 2025. Meta changes. Things are changing. The average ownership of a tournament winning lineup in 2025 was massively higher than what it was in 2023 and 2022. We can we'll sit and come up with conclusions as to why that might be. But the number went from like 117% to like 130%, which is massively different. So a lot of really cool data points like that. And the other thing I'm working on currently is taking that information and now redoing back testing, kind of looking at our domination station settings that we use. I'm looking at tons of different ways to do it, trying to find the most effective ways to take down tournaments. So there's a lot more stuff like that coming out. I'll be dropping videos here, kind of detailing little chapters, let's call it, that I find interesting. But the book's a really fun read, about 50 pages, and I think you guys are going to like it. If I was a professor, Polak, I'd be charging $175, make all the kids buy the book, right? Professor style, another little income. But this is more of a labor of love and a labor of DFS Army. Like, we want to win more, and it's 2026 this year, and we need to be using all the power of math and everything, AI and all that stuff, to help inform our approach to at least attacking tournaments. So we also have a lot of really interesting information about single entry, everything. So we'll be rolling that all out, but really excited to talk about it. And just a few minutes ago, I finally got the book submitted to Amazon. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Back to it. Let's get into a draft here, guys. I'm taking a look here. We're going to do underdog, and we're going to do the standard underdog. Winner take all I don't like, so we're not going to do that. Fast puppy. What's a fast puppy? 20-second fast only. Yeah, that's it. Here we go. New contest, folks. The fast puppy. Round 1 advancement, 2 of 10, 1 of 10, 1 of 10, 375 seed final. So, yeah, the way this contest is structured, make the playoffs. They put you in a pod. Got to win the pod. Make second week, again, a pod. So you need to smash those 3 playoff weeks in a row, right? That's how these tournaments work. We've got to smash all 3 of the playoff weeks in order to make it to the final. So let's get into it. Maybe we'll do it. Rad, we could do it. We'll do a DraftKings 1 second. Mostly what I wanted to get back to, though, I like these puppies, but what I wanted to get back to here was this style of tournament where most of the scoring happens during the final week. So let's get into it. Fast puppy, NFL, fast puppy, 20-second, fast only, $5 entry. Hit and enter now. You want to draft against me? Now is your chance. Let's fucking go. Let's see. Start backend.bat. So I'm going to see if I can start up my backend here as well. One of the things I want to do as well for this, drive Claude projects. Yeah, I want to make some adjustments to my rankings. There have been some ranking adjustments that I feel we could be making here. So we're going to be working on that as well. Let's see here. Rankings. Yeah, we got our rankings there. So, yeah, I'm just going through all of this here. I'm trying to actually load, let's see, Claude projects. I'm looking for... Yeah. Sorry. All right, here we go. About that, we are... Wait, am I in there? Just got distracted. Fast puppy. Where are we? Didn't work. I looked away, got distracted because I was trying to start up the back end. Didn't work. Confirm. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Wait, I'm in? All right, let me leave this one. Wait, active. Is this it? No. Why are you guys saying I'm in there? I'm at 8? Am I tripping? What the heck is going on here? Are you guys talking about? Oh, yeah, it says I'm starting in 30 seconds. So this one shows, my app shows that I'm in. I'm about to be on the clock, and I don't even... Oh, there we go. All right, that was freaking weird. Okay. That was weird. All right, Christian McCaffrey, no. Terrible. You know what? Let's get a little different. Amon-Ra. All right, we are in. We are live. That was a little weird. But we're back. We're in. That was weird. You saw the screen wouldn't show it. How do I get in this draft the proper way? Why is it showing active? I don't want to see that. Oh, here we go. Go to draft. There we go. All right. That was really weird. All right. We are in. We are live. Let's fucking go. All right, here we go. Let's load up the full draft board for visuals. And one of the things I'm going to be doing behind the scenes here, I'm going to make some little adjustments to rankings if I feel that a rankings adjustment is appropriate. So I like doing it when I like doing it during a live draft when I see a player pop up and I'm like, you know what, I'm not feeling that guy right there. So let's see about that. Let me connect up to the big draft board here. There we go. Boom. All right. All right. So watching the draft transpire here. Ivan Drago. What's up, brother? In there, in the 11 hole. We got Rainmaker in there. Justin Jefferson, first pick. Let's go. Air Jeff. Don't know you. I don't know you. I feel I see some other names in here. So Fungul, I know. Oh, here we go. I'm on the clock. Wait a minute. Let's go with Derrick Henry. I want to get a running back with my second pick. We'll go Henry. D-Rock. I would have taken Chase Brown or Kenny Walker over Derrick Henry, so that order seems pretty acceptable. Fungul's in here. What's up, brother? Polak Hillbilly. But Fungul. Honest Ave. Probably in here as well. Honest Ave. What's up, brother? Which one are you? Which one are you, Honest Dave? So here we go. Pretty chalk so far with the start. Pretty chalk. So far, no surprises in this draft. Fungul, I like the pick of Cook early. You know, that's usually the guy I'm taking in my spot in that 8 hole. So, okay. Drake London, Nico Collins. Not in love with I'll just share picks that I don't have or don't make myself. Just, you know, I don't have any exposure to or I'm trying to avoid any kind of exposure to Love in general this season, mostly because I'm going to tell you, I think that's one of the worst picks in round 2. I don't expect that the Cardinals are going to be any kind of a good team. So that's an important component of it. Like the Cardinals are kind of going to suck, right? And he's got Algier, and he's got Trey Benson, and they got Connor. There's just too many running backs over there for a rookie to for us to have confidence that a rookie will take the helm, take the lead, and, you know, not give it up to anybody. So for that reason, I really have avoided Love all season. Now, you know, you might have a different opinion. That's cool. But that's what I'm doing. Olave goes, and next up in my rank, even though it's not ADP, I'm going to go with Javonte. Javonte. I think it's a good price on Javonte. One of the things I was kind of looking at some, you know, I was kind of working with some folks and looking at some tournament winning lineups and in Underdog. And the way Underdog plays out, I'm always going to want to try to get 3 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends. So always keep that in mind. Like I'm trying to get 3 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends, you know, no doubt about it. But one interesting approach to this is if you Yeah. By the way, last year we had such an edge with Javonte. Now we're paying third round price for a guy we're getting in round 8 or 9 in every single lineup last year. I mean, how good was that? That was a big reason why we won. Yeah, there it is. I know it. I also know you guys are targeting a lot of the same guys, so we have to grab them a little aggressively. But I still have other running backs that I like that are floating around. There's Jacobs. I mean, I love Josh Jacobs there. I was almost going to take him instead of Javonte. Scattaboo goes, and I am on my next edge guy, Montgomery. Guys, Montgomery's one of my favorite picks. I love these 3 running backs that just went in a row. So in round 4, this is one of the spots where I tend to wind up with a running back just because, especially if I'm in this zone, because all of Scattaboo, Jacobs, and Montgomery, I think are really good, quote, later round type running backs. And I say later round 4 is not that late, but I think all 3 of those guys have a lot of potential just to be a solid RB2/RB1 type. And, Montgomery, here's my argument for Montgomery. Remember how good Mixon was when he was healthy for this same Houston offense. Montgomery's like a better version of Joe Mixon. So why not Monty? I think Monty's going to smash this year. Scattaboo, all he needs to do is stay healthy. And Josh Jacobs, also full-scale workhorse running back. Like, these are solid guys that you're excited to have. And everybody else that comes up after this is a little sketchier. All right. Looking at my squad, we've got Amon-Ra. So I'm going to pay attention to Jared Goff much later in this draft, because why not? And there goes Jameson Williams. So there kills this idea of the super stack of Detroit. But we're still going to load up on Detroit players in this one. And let's start to think about our next wide receiver and sort of the direction I want this draft to go in. I can do a secondary, Jaguars stack already. That's still pretty well available. I'm not going to say a solid. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah. Wow. Christian Watson. Really surprised. That surprised me. All right. Let's see who's next. Oh, man. Got to take Odunze here. And all right. So we will be potentially setting up a Caleb approach of some sort. I was going to take Christian Watson and kind of go the Packers route, but Alpha 24 surprised me there. Air Jeff with DJ Moore, and we're back to Rainmaker, 3 running backs and a single wide receiver. You've got Justin Jefferson. You're paying attention to Kyler Murray. You're paying attention to Jordan Addison a little bit later. Paying attention to TJ Hawkinson. So real easily built super stack of the Vikings. When you're stacking the Vikings, keep in mind they play the Lions, Commanders, and Jets over the final 3 weeks of the season. Could not ask for a better playoff schedule than the Vikings. I mean, the Colts, Saints, Jaguars, Giants, Falcons, all teams with really, really great playoff schedules, but the Vikings are the team with the greatest playoff schedule of them all, because they don't have a dud in there at all. Colts are close, but Lions, Commanders, and Jets, like, which team are you scared of? None of them. Not scared of any of that. I ain't scared. I'm not scared of any of those guys. Build up that Viking stack and let it roll. So another reason to consider like a Jordan Mason late in these drafts as well. Bucky Irving, not one of my favorite picks, even at 61. I think that might be too soon for Bucky, but I get it. Like, who else are you going to take here? But I would definitely have Quinshon Judkins ahead of Bucky. No doubt about that. In terms of running backs that I might take sooner. We're sorted by ADP. Going through it. Drake May off the board. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. I've got to do this. All right, 4th running back. Didn't expect to play it that way, but that's how we're playing it, baby. We're going running back strong. Yeah. Polak, I don't mind this. Like, just make sure you get Kyler Murray, I guess, and try to get Addison in a lineup like that, and just complete the whole thing. Like, just get it. Yeah, you might as well just embrace it. So you're going to do it, embrace it. Monungai, very, very early pick of Monungai right there for alpha. So that's my first sort of surprising pick of this draft, really. I would say the first one that kind of went a little bit weird. Monungai, pick 66 overall. Not a good pick, but it is a pick. Make you unique, I guess, but probably not. There's Quentin Johnston. Look at how he hath risen. He hath risen. Quentin Johnston. We talk about the fact that Quentin Johnston, I made a video at the start of best ball season when Quentin Johnston was going at pick 105, and I was like, this is one of the most undervalued players in the whole draft, blah, blah. You saw the fucking short. Well, apparently we were right. He made the move. Yeah, quarterbacks going in the order I would expect. Let's see here. Kaz the Man. I'm just looking at like names of you guys that might be in here. We've got Honest Have in here. Honest Ave, I think you're in here. Only one running back so far. Going super zero, a bit of a zero RB. So I'm going to be curious to see what Honest Ave does to cover the running back position over the next few rounds. Really interesting. Double stud tight end, taking the luxury double tap at tight end. That is a bold approach. That's a Ray Zanny level crazy approach. Let's see if that works out.
Baseball push-up testing. FPC's a way of life. I'm a Guido for life.
It's plain to see. You can't change me. I'm going to be a Guido for life. So, yeah, really interesting. Honest Abe. So, there we go. Starts hammering those running backs. Tony Pollard. There's Ramondre. Forgot about Dre. Fungool didn't forget. Fungool's also doing a very zero RB approach here. Let's see how that works out. Yeah. Alec Pierce. Need to get that third wide receiver in the books. And now we're going to see a run on quarterbacks that usually starts right around here. So let's see what happens in this draft. But quarterback run usually happens there. Rainmaker completes the Addison-Jefferson combination. Will you get Kyler? Will you reach for Kyler a little sooner? Make sure you get him. That's the question, right? Whether 'tis nobler to wait and get thy quarterback at correct ADP, but risk losing him. That question and more will be answered as this draft continues. Whether 'tis nobler to wait or take one early. Speaking of ye old English, I went to see young George Washington this past weekend. Very cool, and I recommend going to see it. Never really saw, let's call it, colonial style, musket, whatever, that type of battle scenes. I haven't really seen them done in the way they did them in that movie. So for that reason, yeah, exciting. Fun movie and something I hadn't seen before. All right, we're up next. Oh, Kyler, he did it. You did it. I took him early. I like it. I'll take, fine by me. Here we go. You're going to leave me T-Law? I'll burn your food like Florence. I got so much Trevor Lawrence this season. It's actually upsetting. It's getting ridiculous. Like the amount of T-Law I've got going on is not even funny. All right, now I have to start to figure out I've got Roma Dunze, Amin Ra. We got, we're going to star off some of these quarterbacks later. Goff is available in a while. And also my guy, young Indiana Jones. We'll star him off there. We'll take a look at the tight end position, start looking for overlapping tight ends as well. So we're going to be looking at, let's say, I've got Trevor Lawrence, so that's Brenton Strange. Just going to star off some of the names that are connected to my my stacks or whatnot. Let's kind of make sure that I'm paying attention when the time comes to the right players. Running back position for me is full. I don't need any more running backs. I got 4 studs. We will probably not take another one. And I'm going to focus on other positions for this draft and see if we can just build a crazy amount of like other positions that are not running backs, since the running back spot should be really strongly covered. Hero Ball takes my Sam Laporta. All right. I wasn't expecting him to make it to me. Am I disappointed? Sure. But am I surprised? No. Did me dirty. There goes Jackson Dart to Honest Abe. Love Jackson Dart.
It's Jackson Dart. You chose Jackson Dart.
You chose Jackson Dart. I'm not mad at it. I ain't mad at you. Probably should have taken a tight end there. But I really needed another wide receiver. So that's what happened. You got to make your wide receiver group really strong on underdog to try to get through those, 3 weeks, right? You're not, I need my running back scoring, but I also need big pops from my wide receivers. And if you don't have enough of them, or, if you just don't have enough firepower at the wide receiver position, you're not going to get there. But like I said, there is a theory in best ball that you just, especially here, where you could just load up on a massive volume of wide receivers, and you just got to be right on some of them. Like, I have some late target wide receivers that I like a lot. Well, if I could just be right, we're golden. All right, we got Goff. Still some good quarterbacks on the board, but they're thinning out. That is what happens right around this pick here. We're also it's just everything thins out. This is still a really good group of running backs as well. Still available. I don't take Aaron Jones, but Jordan Mason is floating around. Chris Rodriguez is acceptable. Tyrone Tracy. So still a few acceptable running backs floating around. Wide receiver group, thinning out fast as usual around this time, but they're still also going to be acceptable wide receivers. Quarterback group, again, skinnying. And yes, tight end, there goes Pitts. Still got a few good ones. And then we're going to get into that second tier of tight ends really quick as well. So this is how these drafts go. We're in round 10. We're making it through. We're rocking. We're rolling. John Marchese, 3 weeks. You got to get through 3 weeks, and you're in the money in the eliminator. Think about it. Week 1, it whittles the field from 100 to 50 after week 1. After week 2, it whittles the field from 50 down to 25%. And then after week 3, you're in the top 12% and you are in the money in the eliminator. The eliminator is so fun, guys. You got to just keep doing those eliminators because it's a lot of fun to follow in season. When you're doing eliminators, what's happening is, we got to adjust the draft board a little. here so we can see it. But when you're doing eliminators, it's really fun to follow in season because you're just trying to you try to get through that third week. And then when you do, and you're through week 3, now you're like, all right, let's print some cash. But 3 weeks in, you've made your money back. And for last season, for me, I had half of my teams still left after the third week. So almost half my teams in the top 12%. That is the way to do it. Obviously, we had an edge last season that was difficult for, let's say, other types of people. They weren't catching up to us. We had a real edge last year, mostly because a lot of people continue to draft the eliminator the same way that they draft Best Ball Mania. Again, because they're mindless drones that blindly follow like either a ranking sheet or, that have no idea what they're doing. So Juwan Jennings, wait a second. You maniac. Ivan Drago going all in. Wait, no, Jennings would have been, that's not even our, I don't know about Juwan Jennings, Ivan Drago. Wait a minute, unless that was part of that big Kyler Murray stack, but it's not. You took him from Rainmaker. He was about to take him. Am I on the clock? Wait a minute. On the clock. Oh, boy. I'm going Rashid Shaheed here. Ooh. Rashid Shaheed, big play guy. Team talking about getting him, quote, more involved in the offense. Fine by me. So I started slow at wide receiver. Amon-Ra, Romo Dunze, okay. Alec Pierce, all right. Ricky Pearsall, all right. Rashid Shaheed. So we're making up for, let's call it a less than sexy start with volume. Jennings over Addison. I think that's a risky preferential, but okay. I'm with it. I'm down. Let's see what everybody's got going on here. Yeah, Rainmaker, Tyson, Tate, Ward. Tyson with Ward. Other quarterback here is Kyler Murray with Addison and Justin Jefferson. Try to get, the tight end a little bit later. Solid draft. Let's see what's going on with some of our zero RB guys. Fangul, Ramondre, Dobbins. Got that third running back in. Shador. Shador stinks, man. Watson stinks. Shador stinks. They all stink. Shador is not good. Deshaun Watson at least was good once in his career. That's the only thing Deshaun Watson has going for him. He was good once upon a time. Trey Tucker. Yeah, still some good wide receivers floating around. Still like playable guys. Running back group is down to the backup types. Some names that probably aren't going to get in the game. Some that might. There goes Hunter. Bryce Young. Danny Dimes. I'm hating this group. I think we got to take Brenton Strange here and just get a little bit more stack going with Trevor Lawrence. I was hoping for Hunter to drop to me, but he didn't. So I wasn't planning on building a Trevor Lawrence lineup at all here. But the reality is, Trevor Lawrence, by the way, is one of those quarterbacks that does not absolutely need to be stacked. Just a little permission. But Trevor Lawrence's best games tend to happen when he runs the football. There goes TJ Hawkinson, an early grab, I think, of TJ Hawkinson there just to fuck over. Oh, no, Rainmaker, you did it. Okay. All right. I was going to say. My screen got frozen. Why is that frozen? Yeah. There we go. Rainmaker completes the super stack. I think this is great. I mean, you needed some more running back action on this team at some point, but, 3 really good running backs taken up high. Yeah, solid. Whoa, I'm going to be on the clock in a second. See, looking at your drafts and then also paying attention to mine. Difficult. All right. We're going to go with another wide receiver here, Trey Harris. Big play guy. He can get it done. He could get it done. Ooh, Kindle Publishing just wrote me, guys. My book is available on the Kindle store. It just happened. Oh, shit. Somebody go grab that book. Cracking the Code. Wait a minute. Now I got to see. All right, hold on. Let's see. Who wants to be the first person to grab the book? How do you search the Kindle? Oh, shit. No, that's not it. That's the wrong code. There's so many cracking the codes. Oh, no. No. Not yet. All right. No luck. I can't find it. I tried. Wait, we're almost on the clock again. All right. Where are we? Tight end. Wide receiver. We're at pick 170. Oh, no. That thing's wrong. I don't know why that keeps disappearing and stopping here. I don't know why that's happening. The screen. There's Ray Zanny. What's up, brother? I couldn't find it, though. I just searched for the book. It's called Cracking the Code. For the DFS, let me pull this thing up. Where is it? Maybe they sent me a link. Let's see. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Book just came out, and I'm going to share the link with you guys. Book is available in the Kindle store. Where is this Kindle store? Learn about merchant. Of course, they don't send me the freaking they don't send me. Oh, wait, we're on the clock. Yeah, Tank Dell got him. Yeah. See, even only half watching. You're cracking the DFS code is now live and available for purchase in Kindle store. Cracking the DFS code. All right, so search. Why won't I find it? Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, shit. There it is. Oh, my God. Who's going to be the first one? Check it out, guys. Wait. Hold up. Yeah. Check this out. I still have to pay attention to the draft. I'm on the clock. All right, hold up. Tight end. Let's go Barner here. Grab whoever's there. Ugh, so distracted. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. All right, check this out, guys. All right, here we go. Oh, shit. Cracking the DFS code, revealing the secrets to winning large field DraftKings NFL tournaments. Available in paperback. Kindle. $0? It's free on Kindle Unlimited, or you could buy a Kindle. Oh, wait, no, that's cracking the code to his heart. That's something else. We don't want that one. It can crack your bankroll if you don't know what you're doing, right? Good stuff. Everybody who's subscribed is going to get one. You don't have to buy it. I'm just going to give it out to the subs. But if you want to buy one, $9.99, you'd earn 30 points. Let's see what the oh, look at that cover. Kevin Geek Allen. I'm going to send this to my wait, here we go. All right, just back on the clock, paying attention. Just pay up for CMC. You know what? All the data is completely, let's call it unbiased. I don't add any personal biases in there other than lending my, knowledge of what to look for. I don't do any personal biases. We just looked at what the data showed, and that was it. What does the data say about, what winning lineups look like? What do they look like in 2025 compared to 2022? I didn't go beyond 2022 in the study because, like I said, the COVID years were just fucking weird, and they actually just they distort the data. So I don't go that far back, but there's a lot of great conclusions, super readable. I think it's about 55 pages. Yeah, no pro jets stuff going on there. None of that. All right, we're grabbing a fourth tight end because I waited on tight end a little bit. So I'm beefing up the position Ray Zanny style with 4 of them. Ray Zanny style. What's up, Ray? Can't believe it. Yeah. Well, oh, Air Jeff is in the chat. What's up, man? If I knew you were in here, I'll do a little, I would have taken a closer look at your draft and said nicer things, maybe. I don't know. Did I say something bad? Last pick coming up. Wouldn't mind, again, my team's a little soft at wide receiver, even with 7 of them. But if you're going to leave me a starting quarterback with my last pick, I might as well do that. Let's grab Tua. And Tua's a starting quarterback. He's going to start for his team. Why are we leaving him to the very last round? I think Tua is better than Penix. Should be. Why not? All right, there we go. Draft complete. Looks like so we got Air Jeff in here as well. So I'll do a quick overview of some of these drafts. We'll see what how they look, and then we'll move on to another one. If you guys want, we could do a DraftKings one next. Switching back and forth. Hard to switch. Maybe we just keep it going. What do you guys say? Let me know in the comments what you want to do. But quick breakdowns of anybody who in here who I know that they were in here. I think Honest Abe is in the chat. I don't recall who, but I feel like you're in here. So yeah, Air Jeff not happy with the team. Well, let's do a breakdown. And by the way, please, no one get butt hurt. I'm gonna just call him like I see him. But we got Honest Abe here who did a I'm gonna call this a 0 RB approach with just Basil Tootin in the first group. Double stud tight end. I'm not in love with this. McBride and Warren, right? Probably not my favorite. Probably not my favorite type of draft. So is that you, Hammerhead Union? We'll get the next one. Want to do DraftKings? We'll get the next one, guys. But we'll do this breakdown, and I will give you fair warning before I start the final, before I start the draft, so you guys can get in there. But let's see here. So we got Honest Abe, Puka, London. I mean, stud, Wilson, fine, and then double stud tight end. Dangerous way to start. Tootin, Pollard, Harvey. This is a very weak sort of group of running backs for Honest Abe. Going to have some issues there. Puka with Stafford works. Dart is just a straight. You don't need to stack Dart. He's a running quarterback. He's fine. Let's see if he gets some stacks later. Diggs just a rando. Trey Tucker, Denzel, Brian Robinson Jr. So not a whole lot of correlation here, Honest Abe. I'm not in love with the lack of running back firepower, but yeah, an injury will get you up there. You got Brian Robinson. You've got Rodriguez, a couple of injury guys. One thing I would suggest is it's not always the best idea to, I don't hate it, but it's not always the best idea to be handcuffing your own running backs in best ball formats. We're going to stick to this. Oh, Heisenberg, the first buy. Bro. Yes. Let's go. Appreciate you. Hell yeah. AC, is that you? Are you Honest Abe? But fucking huzzah to the book buyer. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I appreciate it. I really do. It's a big undertaking to put a book like that together. And so if anybody, it's exciting. It's exciting to have any people read it and get feedback. All right. Fangul, Bob Fangul, motherfucker. Also, we're going to call this a hero RB, and I like it. So you start with hero RB James Cook. We got Brown. We got Flowers. We got Devontae. We got the Flowers stacked up with Lamar. and Parker Washington. There we go. Stevenson and J.K. Dobbins kind of starting to hopefully the hopium group of running back. The running back group is going to hurt you, man. This is not good enough. Fungul. Oh, Honest Dave. Yeah, there we go. Hey, by the way, draft's going to get away from you. It's fucking hard. Like, I got to draft 10 times to come out of like 2 or 3 feeling like I had a good draft. So now, and I'm doing this all the time, and it's still hard. Fungul, too soft at the running back position. Just a little too soft. Only 3. Number 2 and 3 are a little soft. I don't know if I love it. Fannin, Andrews, Juwan, all good there. Lots of really good wide receivers here. Sanders, will he play? Probably. Yeah. My only concern here is I would have probably, before that, maybe like one of these picks, might have just get forced in another run. But I get why it went this way. Like, maybe if Montgomery is there for you, you don't take Adams, or Scattaboo, you kind of do one of those guys. But it's, that's how it went. Let's see here. My draft. Started with, Cleveland stack. That's a little sketch, right? You got a Cleveland stack. I didn't even pay attention to it. That's how lame. All right, Casey Concepcion and freaking Sanders. Gross. All right, my draft. Amon-Ra. Then we go 3 stud running backs. Love all 3. Henry, Javonte, Montgomery, and then I get a 4th one. Judkins probably pushed it too far with the 4th one. And again, in hindsight, if I'm doing this draft again, maybe right here in the Javonte spot, if I knew I was going to get Judkins this far down, maybe I could have grabbed an Igbuka or a Higgins or one of the other names. Even here, instead of Montgomery, who I love, could have taken a McConkey. I could have taken McConkey up here. I think McConkey fell way too far, and I don't mind him here. So could have done that adjustment. But started off a little slow at wide receiver. Couldn't help grab the value at with Trevor, so I just grabbed him. We got Pearsall the next round. Pearsall has the potential to elevate this year if he just doesn't get hurt. We'll see if that's even possible. We got Jared Goff paired up with Amon-Ra. I've got Trevor Lawrence paired up with Brenton Strange. Late picks, Harris at wide receiver. Dell, I always take Tank Dell. Every draft I try to get him. I can get him in the 190s, like a round later when I'm not in a stream with you guys. So there we go. Air Jeff in the chat. McCaffrey, Brown, Scattaboo, good start. Higgins, Moore. We got Drake May at quarterback, fine by me. Rashad White, a solid 4th running back, pretty good. Drake May doesn't need a lot of quarterback power. I think Malik Willis is a perfectly acceptable backup there, so I don't mind any of this. You got Hunter Henry, Romeo Doubs paired up with Drake May, so he doesn't have A.J. Brown, but he's got the other guys. Dulcich paired up with Malik Willis. That's fine. Mike Washington with Malik Willis. This is a good draft, Air Jeff. No, that's not that's a solid draft. So well done. Rainmaker and Ivan Drago also in here. Rainmaker with we talk about this draft all throughout. Love it. The big stack, the big Viking stack. Vikings are the number 1 team to own for the playoffs. Taking on the Lions, Commanders, and Jets in those final 3 weeks. They are the team to stack this year. So really good. Love that, Rainmaker, and hope it works out. And of course, Ivan Drago, I will break you. He is like a piece of iron. Ivan Drago. Barkley. Could you have gone with like something other than Barkley there? Maybe, right? But Barkley, Omarion, it's fine. Luxury quarterback, Josh Allen. Luther Burden, hit or miss guy. Jadarian Price, okay. BTJ Reed. So our first quarterback for Ivan Drago is Jordan Love. Jolo with Reed. Just with Reed and Golden. So you got Reed, Golden, Kraft, and Jolo. Nice stack right there. Second quarterback, Gino. So we got Adonai Mitchell. I like it. And of course, I don't think you need 3 quarterbacks. So the only feedback I'd give you, Ivan Drago, is almost like too aggressively stacking. Once you have Josh Allen, you don't need to like force it with a second stack all that aggressively. But, beyond that, solid draft too. Good stuff, guys. Good draft. Everybody's asking for DraftKings. So you want to shift over and do a DraftKings best ball here? We can do that. We'll do a play action $3 contest on DraftKings. Why does it always default to crowns? Well, I got to do something with these 600,000 crowns. I think is that worth like $1,000? I think it's worth $1,000 entry. I'm going to do something like that. I should do $1,000 best ball stream with my crowns. Would you guys watch that? All right. No, Rod, I'm doing the $3 contest to let everybody in. Keep it at a price point that is manageable for people. So, yeah, we're going to do the $3 contest, 30-second pick. It's called the play action on DraftKings. I like to do these cheaper ones anyway because I want to do a lot of them. I don't want to have to worry about, how much money I'm putting into these by doing a lot of them. I know. I just keep in mind, like, you don't need to with your third quarterback or like you don't have to reach at that point. I don't think you did. I'm not sure that those were reaches, but I was just saying, like, once you have Josh Allen, like, just grab good players. Grab Shaheed, but mostly just grab good players. All right, here we go. Play action on DraftKings. $3 entry. Clicking the button. 3, 2, 1. We are in. All right. We got plenty of entrance spots left. 6 of 12 when I clicked it. So if you want to join me in this draft, that you should have another second or two to get that going. Yeah. No, I get it. But Ivan Drago, we got to train you on the eliminator to just forget about stacks and just like draft a team that's your best team. You could do it on the eliminator. So again, DraftKings. What's the difference between DraftKings and FanDuel? First of all, or DraftKings and FanDuel or Underdog, same idea. DraftKings goes full PPR with their format. Wide receivers score more, especially like even wide receivers that aren't studs can get like basically in DraftKings to me, even though this is a wide receiver preferential format. Ah, there it is. Even though this is a wide receiver preferential format, having those running backs that can also put up big scores, it's going to be harder to find running backs that can smash a 30 on DraftKings, but we'll be able to find wide receivers late in the draft that can smash a 30. Yeah, and I agree with you. With all those extra picks on DraftKings, you get that fourth tight end every time. Why not? Another interesting, by the way, speaking of that, cracking the code, the DFS code, secrets of what do tournament winning lineups look like? What do tournament winning lineups actually look like? One of the things is the meta for tight end has been increasing year after year. Tight end in the flex about a 20% win rate in big tournaments. And that's a change from the meta, guys, that we've been preaching and a lot of times, especially for big contests. We're generally avoiding tight ends in the flex, trying to look at wide receivers. Wide receiver in the flex was winning at like an 85% rate in 2022 and 2023. By 2025, it had decreased to about 38%, with running backs taking the lead over 40%, and then tight ends coming in at around 20%. So the meta changing in DFS. No one's checking this. You're not going to see it anywhere else. No one's diving the data because they all are looking at data from 2, 3, 4 years ago and assuming that it remains relevant, but it's not relevant. All that and more. Cracking the DFS code. Let's go. We are in this draft, folks. All right. Let's take a look at who's in the draft with us. Exablocki in here. That's Polak at the 2-hole. Shaky. I'm not used to the names in here. The Nuts is in here with, I'm sandwiched. The Nuts is, I'm sandwiched between the Nuts. This is a nightmare. Imagine getting sandwiched between the nuts. It's like a fucking tea bag. A double tea bag is happening. Fucking teabagging me. Get out of here. I want a nut sandwich. I know that you're going to be sniping my picks. I know this. Money Mage is in the house. What's up, brother? Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Cracking the code. I'm going to tell, my grandmother was still alive. I wish I could tell her I'm a published author. She would be so proud. And I sold a book. Thank you, Heisenberg. Thank you, Heisenberg. My first book. You could be a professor. Leave this role. Start doing a little teachings. Oh, Red CYC did the milli. All right. We draft along anyway. Draft along, hang out. Money Mage. Let's go. Grab that book. Let me know. I appreciate it. Like I said, huge appreciation to anybody who reads it and also gives feedback. And a beautiful review, of course, on the Amazon page would not make anybody upset. It would make me happy. I'll have another. So this book focused on large slate, classic, 10 plus games, that type of thing. Rainmaker, got to get to court. Fuck that. Tell the judge. We're drafting teams on Friday. What are you doing? Can't go to work. That's why I got to do some more of these in the evenings. I'll try to do more of these in the evenings to kind of like not break into your work schedule. I don't know. What's better, daytime or nighttime? Night draft can get a little crazy. Oh my gosh. I hope books, I don't really, this isn't a labor of like trying to sell books and make money. I'm keeping it real. It's just, I got the data, I put it all together, and how can I disseminate it to my people in the best way? And I'm just sick of it. I'm 15 years into my DFS journey, and, I want to improve. I still strive to get better at it. I want to win more. I want to taste more victories. And not just me. I want it for you guys. You got to see what we're doing for the Domination Station for this upcoming season. We're plugging in AI. We're plugging it into all of the research and data. The Domination Station is going to give you, almost in my voice, live advice on how to attack a slate based on past data. So you're going to see wholesale changes at DFS Army like never before. And, I have to credit the power of AI. Like, I'm not fucking around. I have to credit the power of AI, because really that's what did it. I couldn't have done it. There was no way. All right, I'm on the clock. Of course, we got James Cook. Hell yeah. Let's see who else is available. Barkley, Kenny Walker, wide receiver group, kind of soft. So I'm going to double tap running back here. I'm going to take Chasbro with my second pick just to be a little different at the turn. Did I write the book or ChatGPT? No, it's definitely not ChatGPT. I wrote the book, but there's very much AI assist. I'm not a writer per se. So, I wrote the foreword, and I go through the book, and every single chapter, every single data point I've gone over, and I've looked. So I've done that. But no, I used a lot of AI assist to create charts, create graphs, a lot of stuff like that. So yes, there's a heavy assistance from AI, but that's the only way. That's really what you have to do now. So it's not going to be a book where you're going to hear my personal stories. Watch the stream. I love telling my stories, but that book is very matter of fact. We go chapter by chapter, position groups, stacks, all of the relevant things for DFS. It is. I would not call it like my personal story by any stretch. There's a little intro talking about myself. People probably will skip that, but just a little bit, just a smidge. I don't want to waste anybody's time. So I feel like if you want to hang out, you come to these streams. I'll tell you, we'll always have a story to tell and fun things to share. But with the book, I kept it very matter of fact because I want it to be used as a reference guide too. I'll have it. There's a lot of rules of thumb in there. Every single chapter, every single kind of point that we looked at has a very basic at the end explanation, like for your monkey brain to read and remember. Like, oh, it's okay to use tight ends in the flex, or a winning. So one of the things, for example, we discovered was going really, really cheap at running back for low-owned running back does not work. So like, if the running back kind of below 4,500, this is unless they're a chalk play, it's probably a bad play. Don't expect backup running backs to win you tournaments in DFS. It doesn't really happen, and the data proves it out. So with every data point that proves something out, Rashee Rice, an early grab of Rashee Rice there. I like it. But with every data point that proves a point of something in that book, we have a little simplified, like how this affects my approach or how to set up the domination station to do this. Now, what I'm doing now, what I worked on, just to share kind of like the process of what's being worked on right now and where I'm going with a lot of this. We got the book, we got a lot of data, and now what I've done is I started the back testing process using the domination station and checking out different things. Oh, you want to hear a really amazing finding that we had? I don't have these. I have to have it in front of me. But like something that I referred to years ago and then kind of got away from was secondary stacks in your lineups for DFS. Secondary stacking, right? Like what's that? A stack that's not connected to your initial quarterback grouping. And what I found in looking at tournament winning lineups, and this was for me a little bit surprising, was like the incident of those lineups having a secondary stack was in the 79% range. Like it is so frequent, it is so actionable that we really should be avoiding making lineups that don't have a secondary stack in them. Now that's something I got away from in optimization for the last couple of years, but here it is. So now what I'm doing is I took our baseline. The other thing, or I'll give you a second thing and how I'm back testing it. So a second discovery was that the average lineup in the or in the top 100 of tournaments, the average lineup had 4 players under 10% owned. Yeah, hip hop. I gotta wrap it. But the average lineup had 4 players under 10% owned. Guys, that's actionable data. So then I'm diving deeper. I'm like, all right, wait a minute. Quarterbacks and defenses are usually pretty low owned. So how many non-quarterbacks and defenses are sub 10%? And the average was 2.6 players per lineup. So I'm going to be back testing, force at least 2 players under 10% in each lineup. So we're just adding these little dimensions to see if in back testing we're able to replicate or improve our results by integrating this look and feel data. And since we have the domination station plugged in all the way back really to like 2020, but this data only goes to 2022, I can backtest every 4 years in a hurry for any thought or approach. So I'm testing force 2 lineups under 10%. I'm testing include secondary stack, at least 1. And then I'm testing include secondary and force 10%. Is it too much? Is it too little? Right? And we're going to figure out what the most ideal approach is for the domination station before we're all said and done. We will know, right? So we're looking at that. The next step after that, when I continue down sort of this path of like what I'm up to, is here we go. All right. The next thing is taking a look at other contest types as well, right? So, all right, here we go. Lad McConkey in my belly. Wilson, I mean, how do you turn down Josh Jacobs here? I'm taking him. I can't help it. I got to. Last draft, I took Javonte there. I took Josh Jacobs. But back to it. So we're going to be looking at showdowns. Showdowns have extreme actionability as well. So I have a lot of that we're going to be looking at secondarily. I'm also working on building a Geek Assist into the domination station that takes the data that I kind of uncover with this back testing, and of course what we've already uncovered in the book, and apply it to advising members when using the optimizer on the optimal approaches for specific to the game type. Now, another thing I'm doing, so once we get our basic stats down and our basic approaches down, I'm going to be testing informed versus non-informed. So right now, all of the back testing that I do is what's called uninformed back testing, which means just letting the projections do what they want to do, right? I'm not forcing anything. I'm not using my notes, but I have absorbed into our database every single cheat sheet that I and Burns have done over the past couple of years. And we're going to also do some runs with Inform where it says, hey, just use the player pool or follow the instructions in the notes and the player pool and see if that produces better outcomes. So everything is going to be neutral, unbiased, and what is the best approach to attacking DFS tournaments in 2026? And just using the math, using the numbers, we're not trying to get cute about it, right? We're not getting cute. We're not doing anything unusual. It's just like, hey, we're not going to inject too much personal bias, but what I'm injecting is my knowledge of DFS all these years in designing the tests, in looking at the results and analyzing it. So really fun. Expect lots more winning this DFS season, and not just for not for NFL DFS, but eventually we're going to pour this out and this methodology out for all sports. We've already got a big surprise coming for NASCAR that we'll let you guys know about. But the fact that Swift and all these guys, Swift went ahead of David Montgomery is criminal. What are you doing, Z-Pad? What are you doing? All right. Anyway, enough about all that, but there's a lot of exciting things coming up. So I love sharing that with you guys. But here we go. We're in this draft. Let's take a look at what's going on. Isa Blocky, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers so far. That's pretty much how most people are drafting. I'm the only one, or we got King Kupatron with 3 running backs. I've got 3 as well. Most of the field here has been going a little more, let's call it wide receiver crazy, which, okay, makes sense. We got Mr. Chow on auto drafting. Let's see how that works out. So we do have an auto drafter in the room. I believe that the way DraftKings works, I don't think a lot of people know this, so I'm going to warn you. If you haven't uploaded projections and you just enter a draft and go straight to auto draft and just auto draft your entire team, DraftKings, I think, throws that lineup out and does not count it. And it does not give you your money back. It just says, you're not allowed to do that on DraftKings. Therefore, this entry is invalid. Yeah, Polak, that's exactly what we're doing. That's what I'm saying. All the back testing, I don't look at the names, nothing. I just let it go with just the numbers. I'm sad to say that I tested props projections out against, now this is not conclusive, but I texted prop projections out against our normal DFS Army standard projection. And sad to say, while the props projection kind of did what I would think, which is had a higher mean average score, it did not beat our projection model. Didn't beat it. So the DFS Army mainline projections beat the prop projections. Do with that what you will. That was kind of fun. A little double tap of Trevor Lawrence's guys right there. So I just double tapped Brian Thomas Jr. and Parker Washington, and set myself up for a Trevor stack if Trevor happens to fall to me on my next pick. So right now my start is Cook, Brown, Jacobs with McConkey, Thomas Jr., and Parker Washington. I like it. I like it a lot. The nuts sandwich that I'm sandwiched in the nuts sandwich over here. We got Loveland, Burden. Did not get Rome Odunze. Wanted to get him, but got fucked over by T. Silva. But man, nuts. If you would have gotten Rome, And then that would have been really sweet, man. You're salty right now, and I feel it. I feel the salt. This guy T Silva is just a man on a mission. And Howard Fannin Jr. 2 or 3 rounds too soon. He don't give a fuck. He doesn't care. Roma Dunze right in the spot where you were supposed to take him. He doesn't give a fuck. Screwed you. Yeah, you got salt dripping down the nuts right now from being salty over frickin' T Silva taking Roma Dunze. I get it. I feel that too. I feel the hatred. I feel it. But don't hate. Don't hate. You don't want to be a hater. Accept it and move on. Dallas Goedert, what are you doing? What is he doing, Team CB10? Dallas Goedert at pick 65? What's happening? Why? Why would you do that? I don't give a fuck about rankings. I just take my guys wherever the fuck they are. I don't give a shit. This guy was like going in order of rankings, and then he grabs Dallas Goedert. Like, was that an accident? How does that even happen? The fuck are you doing? I hope Team CB10 is not in here because I just went nuts on that pick. That's gonna be awkward if he's in the chat with us. The fuck are you doing, man? Ahead of Tyler Warren? Hell no. I mean, hell no. Dude doesn't even have Jalen Hurts. He's a blocky. He just blocked you from Dallas Goedert. Actually, he's Polak. Good job taking Jalen Hurts from that guy. Nice. There's Quentin Johnston. Again, we're getting a bargain on Quentin Johnston early in the offseason. Not anymore. Not anymore. This guy took Dallas Goedert in pick 65. Watch him be laughing all the way. Hey, Goddard turns out TE1, but that's not going to happen. Nope. Not going to happen. All right, let's see what's going on at the position groups. Oh, all right. Sort by ADP. Warren, Hubbard, still a lot of good running backs left. Fierce Pierce, plenty of good wide receivers left. Tight end group, plenty of good ones left there too. ADP is a lot higher on the tight ends. Actually, now that I'm looking at DraftKings, the tight ends do go, the good tight ends go a little earlier, which is kind of surprising to me, considering. Watch this guy fuck me. I feel it. I feel it coming. Don't do it. Don't do it, Team CB10. Don't hate, brother. Just love. Just love. Oh, you got, Pola. Okay, you got Slim Reaper on your team. Okay, I love it. I love it. Yeah, Hurts. Fuck Goddard. Fuck Goddard. This guy, I'm feeling the hatred out of CB10. I know he's going to fuck me right now. Isaiah Likely, what are you doing? Is this a real person? Is this for real? Is it real? This motherfucker wants to screw me too. Nope. All right, the nuts, whatever you do. Makai Lemon's available for the, let's see, do you think he gets to you? All right, I love it. Oh my gosh. Guys, you know what happens when I complete a stack? And I shift in my pants. It happened. Complete the stack and then get one of my favorite, probably my favorite tight end of the season at a value.
My pants. Open my window and a breeze rolls in and I shift in my pants. When Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense, I shift in my pants.
Jizzed in my pants. I was told that's boomer, that's Gen X humor. Somebody told me, I was like, I think I'm so like ahead of the game. I think I'm like, cutting edge funny. And somebody was like, dude, what's with the boomer humor with the Lonely Island song? I was like, what? I know you were trying to grab Lawrence. I know you were thinking about it. Oh, wait a minute. Money Mage, is that you? You're not. Are you CB12? Are you CB10? You can't be. There's no way. We've drafted against you. You would never do this. Why Likely? I think Likely was a worse pick than Goddard. That wasn't you. No way. Willow Roman, what's up, brother? Yeah, there we go. There we go. I loves it. Jizz in my pants. I think it's hilarious. It makes me laugh. Brock Purdy, early pick for Z-Pad. He's a blocky. He was there. I'm shocked, Pollock. I'm shocked. See? Sometimes things just work out. All right. Let's start to figure out our next moves here. So I'm just going to kind of go through, all right, where are good players? My rankings. I've got them sorted by my rankings here. I got a lot of guys I still like. A lot of guys. How many running backs do I have? I got 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, 1 quarterback, QB2 floating around. We've got a super bargain presenting itself with, oh yeah, let's see if we can get him. Tight end group, plenty to choose from still. No worries there. Already have 1. We're not going to worry about tight ends. I only have 3 wide receivers, so definitely want to beef up my wide receiver room a little bit. And there's still lots of good running backs that I definitely like quite a bit, still floating around. So, yeah, plenty of good plays and good players floating around still. I'm not a big Wandale this season guy. Second quarterback at some point, but oh man, somebody took Herbert. I should have waited. I should have taken Herbert. King Koopatron. That's all right. I've got the big Lawrence stack, so let's keep focusing on that. We'll get Myers in the queue. We'll get Concepcion in the queue as well. Running back group still looks pretty good here. Yeah, let's go. Jonathan Brooks. I mean, Rachaad White is also a really good pick. I don't think there's enough volume on my issue with Wandale is I don't think there's not enough passing volume on that team to feed a Wandale. Like, I'm worried about the overall passing volume. Like, Wandale needs a ton of receptions. Yeah. DraftKings full PPR, not only just full PPR, but the other difference with DraftKings is the 100-yard bonus makes a very big difference in how DraftKings plays versus underdog. So it's not just full PPR. So, but I think people misunderstand the benefit of full PPR. It actually benefits, like, this format, as much as you would think, oh, it favors having a lot of wide receivers, and it does, but it also favors having studly enough running backs to get you monster scores without just like yardage and touchdowns. The receptions count for a lot. Wait, yeah, T Silva. Okay, here we go. Wait, the nuts. All right. So let's do a quick recap here. We are there's Wandy. So quick recap of my draft. I need to see what the fuck I'm doing. I got Cook, Chasbro, then Ladd McConkey, and Jacobs. Listen, I'm happy with the start. Love McConkey here. Jacobs, just a value there too. Could have taken any number of other studly running backs, but note that they weren't there. Nothing was left after that. So if I didn't take Jacobs here, I would have had to really scramble for running backs a little bit later. BTJ, Parker Washington, Trevor Lawrence. So we got a 3-pack of, we just sort of got into building this giant Jaguar stack, which is fine by me because the Jaguars are one of the most favorable playoff, not this one, playoff schedules. Jaguars get the Texans. Tough to get past that week, but Cowboys and Commanders, the final 2 weeks. So if you're in, I make the playoffs with a team like this, man, it's going to be tough to get past that. So you can't really just build a Jaguars stack. You need to have some other things going on for the first week of the playoffs to hopefully get you to the good spots. in the playoffs. Meanwhile, so I'm continuing to build up that Trevor Lawrence sort of approach with players from that team. We're going to keep looking at, our tight ends, the Brenton Strange, but they're not, we have a ways to wait. I've still only got one, here's White. I've still only got one quarterback. I got 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers. So we're pretty beefed up, especially at running back. I'm going to need a second quarterback pretty soon here. Lots of decent ones still floating around. No worries there. I will get one, though, probably in this round. RB5 Mason, if he's there, would be hard to turn down. Hunter coming up, but his ADP is not for a while. So I could probably wait a little bit on Hunter. I see somebody took Jacoby Myers. And then the running back, the tight ends. Once I have my main tight end, I don't have to worry about it as much. So that's kind of where we're at. John Marchese, this is going to be the last draft. I hate to say it, but yeah, this is I'm not doing another one here today. Unfortunately, I have to eat. I haven't eaten yet. I have to have some breakfast. Can't do it. I'll kind of do it. All right, so yeah, just random picks going on. I'm a little surprised at some of the players being left over here, but again, always sort by ADP to see kind of what's going on and how much time you may or may not have left on a player. That's how I do it. Plenty of pretty good tight ends still floating around. Do you guys think that Travis Kelce? So interesting thought. I'm just curious. With Travis Kelce, the big wedding, Taylor Swift, guy's fucking partying, like he's living large. Do we think that Travis Kelce is somebody that, we're going to get our second quarterback here, unstacked. Yeah, I got to do it because I just need a second guy. And then, whereas, let's see, ADP, go Coker here. But again, I kind of like Mason, so I'm doing that. I'm getting Mason. I got my 5th running back, and we are done at running back for this draft. And we will focus exclusively for the rest of the draft on wide receivers and tight ends, and tight ends for sure. But where was I? What was I saying before there? Yeah, can't remember. Yeah, so I added Baker Mayfield and Mason. Yeah, is Baker Mayfield stacked? Not really. No, actually no. But with a monster Trevor Lawrence stack, it doesn't really matter that much. That's who I'm building my kind of stack basis around. And I have a lot of really good running backs. Yeah, listen. With Kelce, this is what I was going to say. Do we think that Kelce can really be in football shape to start the season after he's going on a wedding tour with T-Swizz, just fucking living large? Is he going to be ready to play football, or is he going to be celebrity, bullshit instead? And I don't know what kind of superhuman Travis Kelce is, but when you go from being a regular dude, and a football player is kind of like a regular dude, right? Yeah, they make a lot of money, but they're kind of like a regular dude. And then you go into celebrity world where fucking Taylor Swift lives in that plastic, insane world of who knows what they're doing? Fucking eyes wide shut. P. Diddy's basement. Who knows what these insane celebrities are up to, right? And you go into that world. Can you really be back and ready to play football? Can you discipline yourself? Is it even possible to discipline yourself to be ready and in football shape to start the season? And the answer could be yes. It could be yes, maybe, but also could it be one of those last year where Kelce just took a bunch of games to kind of get into playing shape. And then by week 6 or 7, he starts to kind of catch up and be fine. John Marchese, I do not know the reference of this joke. You have to give me background because what does that mean? 78 degrees. Unless it's cheapo house that won't turn on the air conditioner and yet she's worth billions. Travis Kelce money is really good money. He's a rich guy and he's got really good money, but Taylor Swift money is something different. Oh, is that a baby? Yeah. See, I don't know. Yeah, it's almost 2 inside. I don't know it. It's Speaking of baby oil, though, who the fuck has that product? Speaking of baby things, you know what? Another thing, baby powder. You guys remember baby powder? That shit, like, you breathe it in, it causes cancer. Like, we were powdering up our babies with fucking cancer powder. Let's not do that anymore. Don't spray powder on your babies. Who in the mid-tier of tight ends would you rather have? Give me the question, AC. Are you giving me some examples? Or is it just a broad-based question? Oh, yeah, right. Get out of here. Do as I say, not as I do. Jizzed in my pants. Oh, I thought you were going to give me some examples of names. Like, I think in the mid-tier, the guy that I go after every single time is Kyle Pitts. I don't get, he was TE2 last year. Yes, it was volatile, but better quarterback play potentially this year. Tua loves to throw to the tight end. I take Kyle Pitts as one of my favorites, and I grab him all the time. So is that mid-tier? Hunter. Somebody took my other guy. So I need more wide receiver action. Yeah, let's go with Jaron Naylor here. I'm going to just sort by ADP as well. He suits my ADP. He suits my ranking. Yeah, Naylor. Here's a ranking that I'm going to change. Antonio Williams has not been heard from at all in Commanders camp. So we're getting out on that. Week 1. Oh, I love it. First of all, user ZHR, cracking the DFS code, my book on what do tournament winning lineups actually look like, available on Amazon. Kevin Geek Allen, the author. Let's go. Now, that being said, I don't even know who's playing week 1, but the salaries for week 1 will be out in a couple of weeks, and we will have a DraftKings way too early first look video. It will be the first thing I do. As soon as salaries drop, you will know who I am playing, because I will be dropping my first look video right here in the YouTube. I don't even know who's playing week 1, but when we do, we'll be ready to rock. So yeah, nice. User, what is this username? Get a proper YouTube account. Make sure you're liked, by the way. User ZHR9MVP. Like and subscribe to the channel here. You got to be subscribed to the channel. I'm going to be rolling out videos as well, covering, again, data points in the book that are actionable, that we're going to be able to use this year to help improve our outcomes in DFS. I'm going to be making videos, but if you miss the videos, you got to read the book. You don't want the book, probably watch my videos and I'll be talking about it. So you're going to hear it pounded in your head over and over and over again. I will not stop. I will be relentless. Last season, week 1, John Marchese, if you remember, DFS Army, everybody won. Whatever we did week 1 last year was amazing. Everybody won. It was the winningest week I think we've ever had as a crew. Like, week 1 last year was just madness. The first few weeks were crazy. Yeah, Saquon, there you go. That's a good matchup already. Love to see the week 1 matchups. I can't believe all these quarterbacks are gone already. We're at 174. Oh, yeah. Dude, you got to get a Discord sub. Everything that we do, 90% of the information that you're going to get, the approaches, the teaching, everything happens in the Discord. You definitely should do the Discord sub. That's crazy. And if you're not subscribed right now and you grab the book, there's a 20% off coupon in there for any DFS Army subscription, including VIP. But if you're an NFL only people, if a lot of people just do NFL, you're going to want to do NASCAR and some other sports too. But okay. But if you're just kind of doing NFL only, then do the NFL yearly. That's the best subscription at DFS Army that you want. That's like the cheapest, but it covers the whole year, 12 months. I think it's after the discount, it's going to be like $250 or something like that for an entire year of NFL. You get the best ball ranking, all the best ball stuff in the offseason, and you're in the chat all year round. A lot of our NFL people, listen, we're a community. We like to chat in the offseason just about, talking shit and that kind of thing. And so we're able to get that going with the yearly. And then we're doing all year round. We're doing, Tank Dell, how dare you? How dare you, the nuts? You just teabagged me. That's what you did. You teabagged me. Why? Why would you do that to me? I thought we were friends. I thought we were cool like that. You can fucking dip your nuts in my face. Whack them against my face. Who does that to a person? We're supposed to be friends. Guna Helm. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, John Marchese. John Marchese kicked ass last year. Appreciate you. But yeah, that's what we're all about. So you got to be in the Discord. Yeah, I mean, come on. You got to be in the Discord, though. That's where a lot of the information's coming out. That's where we're making last-minute adjustments. The call-outs that make you all the money usually happen, 30 minutes or 60 minutes before lock. Something happens, and in the Discord, it goes crazy. Yeah, dude, I got plenty of NVIDIA. I'm good. I rode Micron from 300 to 1,000. Been a good stock market run. What's the difference between DFS Army Optimizer versus other providers? I love the Optimizer. I mean, of course, we have our own optimizer, and it's unique. And I think the biggest difference between a lot of what we do in other places is what you're hearing me talk about here. A ton of back testing, a ton of data that goes into it, so that your approach is you're already set on a winning approach before you optimize. And a lot of it is just like, I don't know other providers. I don't see anybody's real stuff at all. So I don't know too much about anything else that goes on. But I know that, again, for certain sports, all you see is DFS Army helmets up top. Our coaches outside of NFL are spectacular. Yeah. And so I don't know. Like I said, I don't know other people's content, but our guys do really well. And our entire site, I'm not even going to say just DFS Army, but also like not just NFL, but our entire site is really, the theme is average Joe's competing on a level playing field with DFS pros. We're bringing the information that like those top players are using to the masses, so to speak. And it's not masses. We're a small enough group that we don't affect. We win a ton of tournaments, but like, I mean, you look up in NASCAR and MMA and those kind of sports, and we're crushing it every single week. For NFL, we have our weeks when we absolutely smash, and we do it together. And I think a big difference, if you're looking at my content, is everything I'm telling you is what I'm doing. Now, I might not win, I might lose, but I'm never giving out information about things that I'm not doing. And I don't hide anything, especially from our subs. I want you guys to win. I take as much pride in a subscriber using the domination station. I take as much pride in that win happening for you as I do for myself. Like, I think it's awesome. And yeah, the other guy's charging $350 a month. Like, what the fuck? And you're not winning. So there's that. We're priced at the lowest of anybody. Heisenberg, you can find the backtesting videos on under NFL. If you go to basic training, all the old backtesting videos will be there. But I am telling you right now, as I'm redoing backtesting, I'm using AI and scripting the backtest, but nonetheless, I'm redoing everything. So a lot of those conclusions might change. Ooh, Zachariah Branch, you guys should not have left that to me this late in the draft. Kate Otten, should we get our fourth tight end or another quarterback? Where's Tua? Yep. I think, by the way, Deshaun Watson's going to play, but let's go Tua. All right, we are pick 18. We're in round 18 of 20. T. Silva's already like, fuck it. A lot of guys threw on their auto draft here, so pretty much know what those guys will do, which is nothing unique. I've got 3 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 7 wide receiver, 3 tight end. Yeah, I'm happy with how my draft looks, guys. I've got the big Trevor Lawrence stack. The only thing I was upset about was not getting Hunter. That kind of messed up the stack just a smidge. Oh, no, I did get Hunter. You know what? No, it didn't mess it up. Just Tank Dell. The only thing I'm upset about so far in this draft is the nuts sniping Tank Dell. Yeah. But Heisenberg, yes. All the backtesting videos from the past are on the site under basic training. But just know, once I've established what the ideal backtesting approach is, using the my scripted AI backtesting programs that I'm running right now, I could not do them live. I can't record the data in the way that the script can and AI. Plus, it's completely neutral if I'm not sitting there doing anything. So this is huge. By the way, just so you guys know, the back-tested approach that we've been using for the past couple seasons, the way we set up the sim boost for simulation, the way we set up the stack, the way we set up the uniques, that continues to show that is a significantly above average way to attack DFS tournaments. Like, that's established. I just ran it again, and we put lineups in the top 1% at 3x the sort of expected rate. And that's really what you're looking for. I want to increase it even more, which is why I'm doing all of this work. Even so, what that means is if I put 100 lineups into a contest, you should expect to have 1 lineup in the top 1%. The approach that we already use seems to hit at about 3 lineups for in the top 1%. So we're at 3x like standard field weight, but it's still not good enough. I want more. I want to figure out how I can get our tail longer. I want to put more individual lineups in that 1% range, fewer in the center. I'm trying to lower the mean score per lineup while increasing both the top and the bottom scores. That will put us in a position to have real chance, have real chances to be taking down tournaments using these approaches. So that's kind of what I'm working on. It's what I've been working on. That's what the back testing will tell us. And then I will share that information, and we'll do some live, proofs of what we come up with as we hit August and we get into DFS. Right now we're in best ball season. August is DFS season. So it's of course, fantasy football season too, but August is DFS season. Shador. I just don't know if Shador is any good. Let's go to Mario Douglas as our last dice roll pick. Everything I'm hearing says he's going to be on the field for the Patriots, so at the slot. So might as well finish it off there. I wound up with 3 QBs, 5 running backs, 8 wide receivers, 4 tight ends. My last 2 picks, Darnell Washington and Demario Douglas. It's got to take your upside shots here. Justin Fields, that's crazy. A lot of guys are on auto draft here, but the nuts fucking teabagging me the whole draft. Just teabagging me. Just teabagging. Why do you do it? Really only sniped me once, but the nuts, solid start. I mean, this is I wasn't talking about this live, but man, talk about 0 RB. This is some Davis Maddox level drafting right here. We got Burden, Loveland, and was hoping for Odunze. Didn't work out. Christian Watson there. And then it's like, oh shit, I forgot to have running backs on my team. So we got Warren, Gainwell, Corum, Tracy, Kamara. All really gross. I do not like waiting this late for a running back. I think you got to go hero. You should have taken James Cook with that first pick. Go hero running back if you're going to do this. But yeah, that 0 RB is going to be tricky. Stroud, obviously, nice little. Oh, even he's not. Let's stay. We'll look these over, but Let's see. Caleb, of course, the double stack with Bird and Loveland. That's a solid stack. Can't be upset. You got Jolo with Christian Watson. Maybe we got another piece from that team in here somewhere. No. Solid, but the nuts, man. Yeah, you get the hipster high five. That's right. Every time you go 0 RB, we got to do one of these. 0 RB, you did it. I don't know if I like it. Take running backs. Or get better ones here. Need like a Rashad White in there, somebody who can elevate. Brooks, you left me. You were hoping Brooks was going to get there. Oh, nope. Who else? The only other name in here is Isa Blocky. Polak Hillbilly's in here with us. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, 47 is crazy good. That is a really good start, right? Gibbs, oh yeah, holding it down. Fucking Monty, fuck yeah. Got Devontae, one of my guys. That is an early grab of Slim Reaper, but I'm here for it, man. I'm cool with it. We got Olave in there. Jameson. Now again, Jameson. Let's see who is available. Yeah, DJ Moore, Odunze, Watson. Yeah, that's about where JMO could go. So I'm cool with that. And then Hurts comes paired up with Devonta. Quentin Johnston, high upside. Mekhi Lemon with Hurts. We got three solid quarterbacks here with Goff and Shook. That's too much. Too good. It's almost too much going on at quarterback, I think. Yeah, probably too much. Take Rashad White with this pick next time. Get that extra running back that's a little more studly, especially when you start slow like that. But that's probably my only critique here is maybe you did a little too much quarterback here with the Shook. But of course, Shook paired up with Johnson and Olave. I get why you did it, right? Got a nice little stack going. Not much of a stack with I get Goff with JMO, so it's all stacked up nice. And Tisla in there, Stowers with Hurts. I mean, just stick with the stacks, stick with it all, solid. Just and I don't even mind how soft it went at running back late when you start with Gibbs and Monty. I just would have wanted a third good running back on this team. So that's the only, if I have one little critique of this one, it would have just been like, get that third guy in there a little sooner. Because there's really only 2 quality running backs on this team. But everything else looks really, really good. Guys, it's a lot of fun. I love drafting these teams. Friday, Draft-a-Palooza. Big weekend of DFS coming up, guys. I have a video breaking down. Me and Sniper broke down tomorrow's UFC. Conor McGregor's in it. Max Holloway. A really good fight between Benoit Saint-Denis and Paddy Pimblett. So if you know MMA, UFC at all, you're excited to watch tomorrow's fights. Like, yeah, dude, that's what I'll be doing. Watching the fights tomorrow night. McGregor's back. Can McGregor win that fight? 5 years ago, he definitely could. The version of McGregor that's here today, I don't know. How do I know what happens to a person in 5 years he hasn't fought? There's no way of knowing. But I will tell you that this was a real winnable fight for a Conor McGregor in his prime or when he was in fighting shape. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, big weekend of NASCAR. We got a big NASCAR announcement coming up, adding to our tools. I'm not going to spoil it, but we got a big one coming up. Guys, make sure you're liked and subscribed to the YouTube channel here. You're going to see, I'm going to start rolling out short form videos, kind of breaking down some of the main points that we came up with in this book. Cracking the DFS code, revealing the secrets to winning large field DraftKings NFL tournaments. Book 1 of the Cracking the Code series. I should have had somebody smoking crack on the cover. Cracking the Code. Maybe we'll adjust that cover and do something like that at some point. Check it out. Cracking the DFS Code on Amazon. Guys, so a lot of big things happening here over the next days and weeks. Hopefully I'll be able to start rolling out some results of our back testing, our actual results as well in the near term. So a lot of fun stuff going on, guys. All right. Good luck, everyone. Helmets up. Let's kick some ass this weekend. MMA, NASCAR, MLB still going strong. You guys know how to attack MLB. We broke it all down as well. So make sure to do that. And I'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I will see you all next week.